Okay, this is my Gerber Bush Saw. Comes in a little pouch that can go on your belt. It also comes with a spare blade, so again what I tend to do, that's got a little plastic pouch that goes in, so I've got that blade out and I put a very light coating of grease on the blade and then put it back into the pouch just to ensure that it doesn't rust. This saw is pretty much the same as my small pen knives, in that it has this locking and folding ability. So that's what it looks like when it's folded. It's about 8 to 10 inches long. It's got this latch that activates the blade. There you go. Again, it's something that you can use with one hand, and I think that is definitely a good idea. This saw could cut pretty much anything if you've got the time to apply yourself. So what I'm thinking there is we're building a semi-permanent camp out of anything to hand. So if you're in a woodland environment, you'll be chopping down timber, and making some sort of debris shelter or a more permanent camp than that. Going on lots of different multi-tools, Gerber, Leatherman. In truth, they're all good kit. This particular one is a cheap and cheerful Winchester. I didn't spend an absolute fortune on a multi-tool because, in truth, I've never ever used it. Definitely not in anger anyway. Multi-tools have some great facilities about them. Obviously I've got pair of pliers there, but there's a saw, bottle opener, screwdriver. One of the blades has a inch and millimeter rule stamped onto the side of it. In the medium to long term, something like that could be very, very handy indeed for making a semi-permanent to permanent structure that you're going to live in, stroke surviving. So that's my collection of knives. That's what I think of them. Get yourself a good bush saw, and a multi-tool is an excellent gadget. So if you can lay your hands on a half decent one of those, you won't be going far too far wrong. So these are just some ideas for kit to put in your bug-out bags. The bags need to be completely self-contained. The last thing you want to do is be taking kit out of one bag to put it in another. When the proverbial hits the fan, my system, I've got 3 bags. I've got my everyday carry, which is a little bum bag. Straight away put that underneath my coat or jacket. I've got my 24-hour pack, which lives in my car, and my 72-hour bag, which lives in my Land Rover Discovery. So I'm looking at picking up 2 bags, getting in the car where my primary bug-out bag is, and going. The leaving home within 15-minute rule, I think, is a good one. That's the system that you want to be setting up for yourself. Next couple of videos are just ideas about what you can put in your bug-out bags, the quality of the product, how you are going to use it, and if and when you replace it. You take one thing away and add something of a slightly better quality, or that's of a little bit more use. The other thing that you need to be able to do is, if you're going to carry a knife, you've got to be able to sharpen it, because at some point it's going to go blunt. Let me just show you a couple of things that I've got in my bags. Okay, first thing that I'm showing you here is a whetstone. It's got a coarse stone on one side and a fine stone on the other side. What you have to do is to soak this stone in water before you use it, and if you want to learn how to sharpen a knife, and I think it's an absolute essential skill, YouTube's got some great videos. I won't bore you with how I sharpen my knives. Sharpening a knife is sharpening a knife. What you've got to do is, again, this goes in a box in my bug-out trailer, and it's the sort of thing that you're going to do when you've set your camp up, when you're cooking your food at some point during the day, when you're not sleeping, not hunting, not putting out traps. You know, this is the sort of thing that the admin that you'll have to get done. So this stone is a coarse and a fine, and it's camp based. You know, it goes in my bug out trailer. The next thing that goes in my bug out bag is this. Now this is a sharpening, also a sharpening stone, but this is a plate of industrial diamonds. So on the back it's a piece of plastic. It has this very coarse steel face stuck to it, which is embossed with industrial diamonds. And again, greatest thing about this is it's very light. You know, weighs nothing at all. This goes in the top of my primary bug out bag, and it's been good as gold. You know, you sharpen a knife on it exactly the same way as you would on the stone. Something I used to carry in my pocket for years with my Smith & Wesson penknife was this little Gerber sharpening tool. You know, you literally hold it between your thumb and forefinger, and you just pull the blade through the recess. And what it's got is it's got a coarse and a fine sharpening edge. Weighs absolutely nothing at all. You know, fits in your pocket with your knife. I used to keep both of them together pretty much all the time. I'm right-handed. Something that I got into years and years ago is the only thing I carry in my right trouser pocket is my penknife and my sharpening tool. So when I put my hand in that pocket, it's because I want that knife. You know, I don't want to be putting my hand in my pocket and finding 2 sets of keys and loads of change and having to fumble through everything in that pocket in order to find my knife. If I want that knife, I want it immediately. So in that pocket and in that pocket alone, I carry my knife and sometimes this, but predominantly just the knife. So that when I put my hand in my pocket, my hand is instantly on my knife. I can take my hand out of my pocket and open that knife in the blink of an eye, and that's essential as far as I'm concerned. So these are some of the sharpening tools. This is your typical sort of everyday carry sharpening tool. You know, this is something for your bug out bag, you know, and your primary bug out bag, your big bug out bag, 72 hours. Like I say, you are not going to be sharpening knives if you're away for less than 24 hours. And then finally, you know, a good sharpening stone. This sharpening stone was about $5, and you can pay $100 for sharpening stones. You know, but this is a good quality stone. It's all that's required. You know, and you're not going to break it. You're not going to damage it. You know, put it in your bug out vehicle. Put it in your bug out trailer. You know, if you've got a central store admin backup kit, that's the place for your sharpening stone. So, to recap, a good knife is essential, and it doesn't have to be a massive hunting knife. You know, they are all very capable tools. Once you've got a knife, a bush saw makes life so much easier. The other thing is, you've got to be able to sharpen it. So a sharpening system of some sort is imperative. The last thing that I have got in my large 72-hour bug out bag is a small bushman's axe. You know, and again, when it comes to building shelter, when it comes to medium to long term camps that you're building, a woodland axe is a great bit of kit. So let's show you that.